Okay, so I have a whole category called in real life. So in real life, who did you hook up with on the show besides Corey? Like that wasn't on TV. What about that wasn't on TV? Anybody from the show?
No.
Nobody?
No.
Did people on the show hook
yes. up? Oh my God. Like I want to spill the biggest secret ever, but I can't. But there was.
What about, like, are you talking about cast on cast crime?
Yeah, cast on cast crime, crew on crew crime. It was awesome. Like
cast on crew crime.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, there was. I know of two specific incidences, and like you guys spend so much time with these people. Like you're not out meeting anybody. You're filming all day, and sometimes it's 20-hour days. And no, yeah, there's cast members that I know that hooked up. All I hooked up was Corey. When we were dating.
Okay.
And then Jay, my ex, was on the show. And then my ex, Mike, was on the show, but not with me.
Right.
And then Lorenzo was never an ex.
Okay, but
we'll touch on it. We'll touch on it.
We're gonna get there.
Okay.
It was funny because the person that wrote this message to me actually said, was anyone cracking on, and then put hooking up behind the scenes. And I said, what the fuck is cracking on?
It's got to be like a slang in some other country.
Yep. She goes, in Essex, England. Like,
oh my God, I love Essex.
Yeah, that's what and she goes, I'm stealing this. So she says, this is how you say it. You say, I'm cracking on with so-and-so. Like, I'm
guys,
cracking on Corey.
I love The Only Way is Essex.
Did you hear Emma and Joe are cracking on?
That's so weird.
It's so weird, but I kind of want to steal it. Make it a thing.
Steal it. Make it a thing.
But you know me, I'm going to butcher it.
I know.
Okay, so I think we can't really talk about.
I can't blow up anybody's spot, but I know there are main people on this show. There are a lot of show incest.
I've noticed that, show incest.
Show incest, cast incest.
We have another question that said, I've noticed that you used to live in the house that you and Corey first got together. Are you still house hunting, and how is that going?
Yeah, we still live in that house. It's a little small for us, but we have so much going on. We're still trying to get like Julian over like age 2, or we're trying to get Skylar and Jaden in good schools right now and worry about that. And like just house hunting is so draining right now. On top of that, school hunting, it's just the wrong time. It's got to be, we have to like move during summer.
Yeah.
So that I'm not worried about like transferring them through schools and stuff. And it's just like a big, you where you move is where your kids go to school, and that's major. So
totally. When did it hit you that you were famous? Like
I still don't think I'm famous, so I don't know.
But when you were filming Jerseylicious, like I know this, like
so recognizable.
Say. Like when you couldn't go into a mall. Like okay, I couldn't go into a Forever 21. It was like chaos.
I like to say I'm recognizable. I'm not famous, but my voice I think is more recognizable than my actual face. A lot because you change and like you're matured and like you do your makeup different and your hair is different, and so people are like, I thought it was you, but then I heard your voice and I was like, that's Tracy. But like it's weird. Like I get it all. Like we just got it last week at Liberty Science Center. Somebody came up to me on her way out and she's like, oh my God, I can't believe you're here. And I was like, oh, it weirds me out that like people still care. Like I don't know, I don't see it like that. So
this is what I used to get because I was definitely not as recognizable as Tracy, but like people like knew I was from something and they'd go like this. They go, do you know you look like that girl from Glam Fairy? And I'd be like, I am that girl from Glam Fairy. And they'd go, oh, this is awkward. And
I would get, I feel like I know you from somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I come here a lot because I'm not going to blow my own spot up. So I'd be like, oh, I come here a lot. And they're like, no, I think it's from like, I don't know, like reality TV or something. I'm like, so then if you fucking know, just tell me.
You had billboards in
Don't
Times
play this
Square.
game with me.
I mean, that's like a big deal.
I just told Skylar that the other day. We were in the city and she was like, wow, look at that high heel on that. She didn't know it was a billboard, but I was like, oh, that's called a billboard. And she's like, wow, look at those heels on there. Like they were so pretty. And I was like, you want to hear something funny? Mommy was on a billboard once. And she's like, okay, Mom. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so not cool.
Do you have any thoughts about your children like one day watching this show? Like, do you think they will? Do you want them to, or do you like? Would you rather them not?
No, I don't care. They can watch it because everything I was on the show is who I really am.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck, and I want them to defend themselves. What you guys think is that I just attacked all day? That was me in defense mode, 24/7. Like that was me defending myself. If this was a court case, I would have got off scot-free for self-defense. So
what? People ask, what's the most common misconception that everyone has from seeing you on the show?
That I'm a bully. I think.
Whoa. Yeah, you were not a bully. You're like the best friend ever.
Well, I'm a really good friend.
Yeah.
And I'm very strong in what I think, but I don't think that's bullying. And like, oh, you're such a bully. No, I'm really not. I just don't tolerate bullshit. I have zero fucking tolerance for it. And if you come at me, if it's not on camera, I don't care. I'm going to go back on you whether cameras are there or not. And so that was a very convenient situation for a lot of people on the show, that off camera something would happen and then cameras would go on and I'd instantly look like the fucking asshole because I would come back at that person. But it was all very convenient timing. I think it's funny.
How did your parents react to that? Like watching you as the
my
villain?
Parents were mortified.
They didn't
and
like
at that point they were like, we're really happy that like we don't have association with the show because it's mortifying. Like even people go up to my mom. Okay, my mom was in Florida and she started talking and somebody was like, oh my God, that's such a Jersey accent. And she's like, yeah, that's where we're from. And she's like, have you ever seen that show Jerseylicious? And my mom was like, yeah. And then she was like, oh my God. And she's like, my daughter was actually on Jerseylicious. And she was like, oh my God, I love her. Which one? Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, sometimes I didn't even want to say it. And I was like, all right, well, get a grip because people are going to, and they would still be like, oh my God, I love Tracy. And she'd be like, oh, cool. Like, I think she was genuinely scared of how people were going to react and like take it out on her.
Sure.
And I'm just like, but like, Mom, you know me, like I'm very strong as I was on the show. Like, you know me as that. But like at the same time, it is the way it was edited. I feel like I keep blaming that, but like it is the way it was edited.
Well, because sometimes they wouldn't see the whole story. Like they'd see you being a mega bitch, but not really like what triggered that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just a lot.
It's just weird. Like when you think about it, like your parents like were embarrassed by it. They were against it. But like you think your kids are actually going to learn something from it.
I feel like I'm not scared to show my kids. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, no, that was such an embarrassing time. I was such a bully. No, I wasn't. I know what the fuck I was. I still know what I am to this day. And I'm not going to let
That's why I love you.
Fans of the show create like a false reality of what really happened because I was there.
Did you have a hard time with rude comments? Like, think about, like, I know now it's like you brush it off, like you get it, but like, how did you deal with the first time you were ridiculed, like for body shaming or?
Oh yeah, I was called fat all the time. Meanwhile, I was 140 pounds. 140 pounds
Can
is fat.
I tell you something?
It's amazing. Reality TV.
There was season 1. We had a photo shoot for Glam Fairy, and I was at like my skinniest. Like I was doing the gym twice a day. I honestly think I weighed 110 pounds, and they posted a picture of me on the Facebook page, and like one of the first comment was like something about my thick thighs, and I literally was like a twig. I weighed nothing.
The leopard dress that I wore in season 1's release of the show is Dolce & Gabbana.
The perfect body.
Okay, it's a size 4, and it's still in my closet. And people ripped me apart. Yeah. Look how fat she is, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, so 140 pound, 21-year-old size 4 is fat. Then I'm going to leave this fucking country because I can't fucking handle it. Like, this is why.
It's fucked up. It's really, really fucked up.
Yeah. I'm no longer a size 4, but I also had 3 kids and I don't do anything for myself. And like, I constantly take care of these kids and still it's like, you're so fat. Like, no, now I've actually filled out into my new mom body, but like I'm still really curvy and like curviest I've ever been, and like that's considered so fat, it's disgusting. So what was your first, like, do you remember the first, like I remember the first time like I saw something,
I cried for hours.
It's horrible.
Yeah, like you build a thick skin.
I called Alex, our producer, and I was like, I just read the worst thing about myself. I don't want to come anymore. I don't want to do the show. Like, who do I have to call? I contacted lawyers to get off the show. I didn't want to do it. Was like mortified. I couldn't believe that like I was being ripped apart so savage. Like, it was just so bad. And I was like, I can't do it. And her first thing was, you can't read the blogs. You can't read anything. Like, you don't read the comments on your OK Magazine post. You don't read anything like that. And I'm like, yeah, but like, how do you not, like, we all have I don't even think we had social media then. It was, I don't know. But she was like, don't read any comments about yourself. Oh, I read a lot of them on the Jerseylicious Facebook page.
There you go.
Yeah, that was a huge one.
Yeah.
It was really rough.
Yeah.
And everyone would be like, oh my God, Olivia, she's so pretty and skinny. And then Tracy's so fat and ugly. And I was like on the verge of suicide the entire first season of Jerseylicious. And that's when I was like, I'm not this fucking person that you guys painted me. I cried to them all the time. I'm like, why would you do this? Like, why would you make me feel like I was successfully playing a part that's not real in my life? Like, yeah, I can be a bitch. Sure. That's not the fucking point. Like, do not fuck with me. But at the same time, like, I don't fucking pick on weak people. And I was always the girl in school to like the kid who had like a learning disability. Like, I let him sit with me in lunch. Like, I was always that kid. Like, I just saw a kid that I grew up with in high school who was always picked on. I just saw him at church 2 weeks ago, and he came up and like hugged me because he's a special education, and like he came up and hugged me because he remembers all the memories of how good I was to him, and I was so nice to him, and blah blah. And when everyone else was mean, I was nice. Like, but I'm the fucking bully, right? Because
these are the things that I
some
know
bitch
about
who
you.
fucking called me fat every day I went to fucking filming. Like, of course she's gonna get it. Like, if you guys expect me not to respond to that, then you're all fucking on high on drugs. So
I mean, this is the thing about Tracy that a lot of people, I mean, nobody saw her good qualities.
No,
they saw her
fucking
exaggerated bad qualities.
No, everyone thinks I'm the devil, whatever, and that's why I say fuck half of you, because I don't care.
And you have to
what
remember
you
too,
think.
like when someone comes to her fucking Instagram page and leaves a nasty comment, at this point, like years and years after, like has something to say about her body or her family, like fuck you. She doesn't give a fuck. That's why she's gonna come back 10 times harder. That's why she is the slay queen. Okay, she will drag you from fucking New Jersey back to where you fucking came from. Like, do not start with her because she's a fucking pro at this. She's been dealing with it for so long.
Yeah, I feel like it's terrible.
And it doesn't not hurt anymore. Like
it does.
It still sucks. Like it's not fun. And this is like, I tell everybody this, like I get that like we're here for your entertainment. Tracy puts her life out there. So like, you know,
yeah, but then I also don't get respected for that. And then it's like, oh my God, all you do is post too much or share your kids too much. But like, I can't, it's fucking, you win some, you lose some, you lose everything. There's no winning for me.
But like, you know, before you're mean to someone you've never met in person on the internet, like just like take it back a notch. You know what I mean? Like, because they're real people. Like she's a real person who like it still hurts, and we're all just trying to figure it fucking out.
I could be the juiciest peach, and there's always going to be somebody who doesn't like peaches. So.
See, it's really good you are like at peace with that.
I don't care anymore, but like, you know what? I block. So people, I could put into perspective for some of you people, I have over 500,000 followers, right? 500 something, 40 maybe. I block 50 people a day, 50. And I don't tell you guys.
Do you have any idea how many are blocked? Like it's probably
I have thousands and thousands. I want to say at least 15,000. Like,
oh, I think more.
I mean, at least. I block at least 50 people a day, and I don't talk about it. I don't tell people. So people are like, oh my God, stop fucking humoring these people and just block them and move on. I've done that with the first 49 people. And then this one person catches me on a bad moment where Jaden's acting up and Julian's crying and Skylar wants something she can't have, and I fucking lose it. And then you're all like, oh my God, you're such a bully to the one person out of the 50 who picked on me today. It's like the bullying online is out of control. You're going to get blocked regardless. That's what
I love. Sometimes she drags you first, then you get the block. Like she waits for
I want you to read the comment and then you'll get blocked.
Don't forget, guys, new clips air every Thursday. So see you next Thursday.
Hosted on dimlywit.com.
Even though we are not your best examples,
we're the best you've got.
So cheers, bitches.
Cheers. Make sure you subscribe to our channel for updates, and if you like this clip, share it with a friend.